I think if men knew how graphic eternal separation from God is, how graphic hell is going to be, which is temporary, the last place will be the lake of fire. That's what we know according to Revelation chapter 20. If men knew how graphic that was, and that the fact that it's eternal, I think we would care more about people who are not saved. You know, I say this to my church all the time because I'm trying to give them, like, you know, people read the Bible, but they don't think about what they're reading.
Yeah.
You know how the scripture says after Judas committed suicide, he was the son doomed for perdition. So we know that Judas didn't make it to glory, right? I say this to my church all the time. I said, what year did that happen? It was around AD 33, around the year Christ died. That means if we take the scriptures for what it is, that means Judas would have been there for 2 millennia. And he'll be there for another 2 millennia. And another 2. And another 2. And then if we take everything Jesus said, that the worm doesn't die, men gnash their teeth for pain, they're chewing their tongue, they're conscious of their suffering, and they're not going to get out. You know how tormenting it is to be in a place separated from God? Now you're separated from His grace, His love, His mercy, His blessing, glory. You're tormented. You have a body fit for destruction.
Wow.
You're in darkness. You feel the fire, but you're never going to get out. There is no reprieve. There is no purgatory. There's no second chance. When we think about how graphic that is in terms of suffering, and then we think about how long it's going to last. Forever. And if we just some way, somehow wrap our minds around the graphic nature of everyone who dies separated from God and what that person is going to endure forever.
Wow.
If a person would sit down long enough to think about the nature of that level of sentencing, they might start praying for people they know who are far away from God.
Yeah.
They will probably start supporting ministries that are serious about the spread of the gospel. They will probably say, you know what, a part of my money, a part of my check has to support churches. Bryce Ministries has to support ministries that's serious about telling people about Jesus.
Wow.
They might start praying for aunts and uncles and parents, and they might start thinking about people who are walking around who they know, who don't know God. Especially since we know, do you know when you're going to die, Bryce?
No.
Do I know?
No.
No. Last week in my church, a young man was headed to our ministry. He was 22 years of age, died in a motorcycle crash.
Oh my goodness.
On his way to 2019, that week with his family. We did a memorial for them on stage. He was a believer, so we know where he is. But what if he wasn't?
Yeah. He'd be right next to Judas.
At 22 and not getting out. And does anybody know when their last day is? No. But you got people that hear the gospel invitation all the time and push away. I'll get right next week. How do you know you're going to have next week? I've done funerals for teenagers, babies, adults. I've known teenagers that died in car crashes, right? That's the whole thing. Like, you and I seeing it tomorrow. You got plans to go be with your wife later?
Yeah.
You got plans to do stuff tomorrow?
Yeah.
How do we know we're going to see tomorrow? We don't. But for you and I, we got assurance. You're going to pillow your head. You're going to lay in your pillow tonight. You got assurance. Something happened to you tonight. You know where you're going to be.
Yeah.
What about your cousin that don't know Jesus? Or the person watching right now, their grandmama that don't know Jesus. That's what they say in the South, Bryce. Grandmama. I'm from New York, so I'll say grandmother, grandmother. But no, I'm being serious, right? And the Lord described these things in graphic detail.
Yeah.
How about when he told the story of Lazarus and the rich man?
I was just about to bring that up.
How about that, right? Tell the story of a poor man, a rich man, they both die. One goes to glory, the other one goes to hell.
Yeah.
And watch, and from hell, he cries out for water.
Yeah.
You get nothing. Go tell my family that this place is real. No, we will not. They got the prophets. They don't want to listen to the prophets in this life. They're going to end up in the same place as you. And he's conscious that he's not going to get out.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? So I think if more of us, dang it. If more of us thought about what that's going to be like for family members and friends, people at the job, people in the gym, people we say we love.
Yeah.
If more of us thought about how horrific it's going to be for people to die apart from Christ, it's like jumping out of an airplane with no parachute, right? Like if we thought about what that's going to be like for people to wake up on the other side of death without the righteousness of Christ, we might just pray a little bit different. We might labor a little bit different. We might care a little bit different. We might be a little bit more faithful.
Yeah.
We might be a little bit more generous.
If you want to support what we're doing here on YouTube, the biggest thing you can do is subscribe. That's what helps us push these videos out and reach more people with the message.